Confessing, too young to know the cost. Married for money. When I was 17, I met a man twice my age, 40. At 19, I married him. Looking back, it feels like I was another person entirely, a version of myself who thought she knew everything but didn't understand a damn thing. I thought I was mature for my age, like all teenagers do, but honestly, I was just a kid looking for an escape hatch. He was wealthy, successful, powerful in that quiet, commanding way that made everyone around him listen. And me? I was young, pretty, and stupid enough to think I was in control of what was happening. I liked the way people looked at me when I was with him, how they saw me as this glittering, shiny thing on his arm. I liked the way it felt to play the role of the woman who had arrived. I liked feeling like I'd won a game that most people my age didn't even know existed. It wasn't love, not then. It was a deal, even if I didn't fully understand it at the time. He got the trophy, the arm candy. I got the lifestyle, the comfort, the escape from my small-town life. But deals like that? They come with a price tag you don't see until it's too late. We've been married for 20 years now. 4 kids, a big house, family vacations. By all outward appearances, we're the perfect couple. And in some ways, we are. We've grown into each other. We've built something stable, something lasting. We do love each other. But there's a weight to our relationship that never goes away. A shadow that lingers over every decision, every conversation, every moment of my life. What nobody tells you, and trust me, people try to tell you, but you don't listen because you think you know better, is that marrying someone under these circumstances puts you at a permanent disadvantage. You will always be less than. No matter how much you grow, no matter what you achieve, you will never be an equal partner in his eyes. You are a reminder of the choice he made, the deal he struck. And because of that, you owe him. Always. It's not just about owing him for the money. It's deeper than that. It's the unspoken imbalance that seeps into every aspect of your life. He doesn't have to say it out loud. The message is clear enough in the way he carries himself, in the way he makes decisions without asking, in the way he pulls rank when you least expect it. Let me give you an example. A few years into our marriage, I wanted to go back to school. I'd always dreamed of studying art, but I'd put it off because we were starting our family. When I brought it up, he smiled, this tight little smile that wasn't really a smile at all, and said, "Why would you need to go back to school? You have everything you could ever want." I laughed it off at the time, but it stung. It stung because it wasn't really a question. It was a statement, a reminder that I didn't need to dream anymore because he had already provided me with everything I could ever need. But it doesn't stop there. It's in the little things, what I wear, how I spend my time, who I talk to. It's the way he makes me feel like my opinions are indulgences, like my autonomy is something I should be grateful for, rather than something I inherently deserve. And when he pulls rank, when he decides something for me without asking, it feels like the ground beneath me has vanished. It's like free-falling into an abyss, knowing there's nothing to catch you. And the craziest part? I've learned to live with it. I've made peace with it, in a way. I remind myself that I made this bed, and now I have to lie in it. I tell myself that I've built a good life, that I have beautiful children, that I've carved out moments of happiness and joy. But deep down, there's a part of me that will never stop mourning the girl I used to be. The girl who could have made different choices. The girl who didn't trade her freedom for comfort. Now, my oldest daughter is 15, just 2 years younger than I was when I met my husband. And that terrifies me. When I look at her, I see everything I could have been. I see her passion, her curiosity, her sense of self. I see her innocence and her strength. And I can't imagine her meeting someone like him, someone who sees her not as a person but as an acquisition. I've started talking to her about it, about relationships, about power, about making choices that honor who you are. I don't want her to feel trapped the way I did. I don't want her to wake up one day and realize she's been living someone else's life. Do I hate my life? Number, I don't. But if I could go back and slap that starry-eyed 17-year-old girl across the face, I would. I would tell her to stop looking at the shiny things and start looking at the cracks. I would tell her that no amount of money, no amount of comfort is worth losing yourself. Because that's what nobody tells you. The price you pay isn't just in the things you give up, it's in the parts of yourself you lose along the way. And those, you can never get back. So here I am, 20 years later, looking back at a life that's equal parts beautiful and bittersweet. I've built something stable, something meaningful. But I've also learned the hard way what it means to compromise yourself for a version of happiness that was never really your own. If there's one thing I've taken from all of this, it's this. Choices made in desperation, choices made for the wrong reasons, don't disappear just because time passes. They follow you, they shape you, and while you can learn to live with them, you can't undo them. I don't regret the family I've built or the love I've found along the way. But if I could leave one piece of advice for anyone listening, it's this. Never trade who you are for what you think you want. Because the price, it's higher than you can imagine. And if you're young, if you're staring down a path that feels too good to be true, take a moment. Look past the shine, the allure. Ask yourself what it's really going to cost. Not in money, but in who you are. Because at the end of the day, freedom, self-respect, and independence. Those are things no one else can give you, and they're the one thing no one should ever be allowed to take away. For more interesting daily life stories, make sure to subscribe and comment your ideas. I will be posting more stories about a lot of aspects of life.